Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2.
Oh. Oh, you can count on it, it's fine.
So today we have with us our head boy, Khairunnisa.
Head boy Khairunnisa.
Head boy Fareed, because I can never remember his name. It's too long. There's too many names there. And I personally am very happy that they have been appointed as head boy and head girl, because I personally worked with both of them, so I know them. So when the name came up, I was like, hey, I know these people. It wasn't like a shock or a surprise to me. So that's very nice. But for some reason, every year when the boy and girl is chosen, I somehow know them because I probably worked with them. So with Khairunnisa, she's part of the media club, so that's how I know her. She's done a lot of work with us in the sense where the Palestine.
Yeah.
She helped me with a lot of things. In terms of Fareed, I'm part of the uniform committee, so he's been helping me with that as well in terms of making some decisions, giving us suggestions. So here's the introduction for the two of you all, and I'm excited to hear you talk and tell us about what's motivating you all for next year and for this year and for doing your duties and responsibilities and blah, blah, blah.
Can you speak on your first impressions and which responsibilities you are most excited to take on?
Well, when the announcement was made, I was shaking. The girl next to me was telling me to calm down. I was very excited. I was so happy I couldn't stop smiling. All I could think about was, what am I going to do in my position? I was so honored, and I still am, especially to have been chosen from such an amazing group of girls. It means so much to me, and to me the title is a representation of all my past achievements, from academics to sports to community service. Essentially, it's a representation of my career as a student. With regards to responsibilities, I'm someone who really enjoys coordination and cultivation of events, so I'm really looking forward to aspects as such. For example, restarting the Sandwich Club next year, wherein students will come early in the mornings and make sandwiches for those who need them and those without lunches. Something that I find challenging is probably the balance between being relatable as a student to my peers and where to draw the line as a leader. I think that's the most difficult thing, but I am actively working on it. Speaking of responsibility, which responsibilities do you think you'll find the most interesting and which will you find challenging?
I am most excited to take on the responsibility of leading school events and initiatives that allow students to connect and grow. These events build school pride and unity. A challenging part for me might be managing my time effectively, as I have to balance academics and my duties. I am committed though to learning and developing the necessary skills. I will also draw on my past experience as head boy, sportsman of the year and Ducks awardee at my previous school. This is now my second tenure in a senior leadership role, and I am confident that I will make our school proud. What values do you hope to bring into your leadership role, and how will this role help you to grow as a person and a leader?
Well, I think character is the most important thing. You have to be considerate of others. I think I need to lead with honesty, kindness, and integrity. And I deeply value acts of service and helping others. And I think that inculcating these values into my role can only help me grow as a role model and a leader. Being an example to everyone definitely forces me to do better. Although I'm someone that finds self-improvement really important, I find myself now not only wanting to exceed others' expectations, but also my own. And I do believe that there is always a chance to do better, and I plan to take that chance. On that note, as head boy, what would you say your main goal is?
My primary goal this year is to strengthen the bond among students and to create a sense of unity and an environment where everyone is heard. I want to focus on initiatives that encourage academic excellence and well-being, as well as activities that promote school spirit. Additionally, I aim to foster an open channel of communication between students and administration to address ideas and concerns effectively. What are your plans to bring students together and foster a sense of unity?
Well, I think the easiest way to do that is to utilize school clubs such as Enviro Club, Interact Club, Also, class assemblies and theme days is a very easy way to get students involved. But I think instead of just encouraging students as a whole to be more active, we need to go to each grade specifically and get them involved so that they communicate with each other. I think clear communication is really important so that students feel heard. There's also a wide variety of leadership roles in our school, and I think it's very important that we communicate with each other in order to coordinate leadership. I also feel it's very important that I take the time to go and ask students around me whether they need help or assistance so that they know that I care. With fostering unity will obviously come a clash of opinion. So how do you suggest that we handle this along with other challenges?
One challenge might be balancing differing opinions and finding solutions that work for everyone. I plan to handle these challenges by listening attentively, staying focused and open-minded, and focusing on common goals. This approach will help me make fair, well-informed decisions that takes all perspectives and opinions into account, ensuring a fair outcome. Along with challenges, how do you balance your academics with your head girl duties?
I think it all comes down to a good work ethic. If you have a good work ethic, then it'll enable you to achieve academically while also fulfilling all your tasks. You must be able to prioritize and manage your time in an effective and efficient manner. And you also need to be mindful and know your limits to prevent burnout, which can occur from many different things. I know that responsibility weighs very heavy on one's shoulders from the time that they're appointed. I mean, I'm sure you can relate.
When I was first informed of my appointment as head boy, I felt very honored and humbled. My initial reaction was not only excitement, but also a sense of responsibility, realizing that I now have the chance to make a meaningful impact in our school. It was a moment that reinforced my desire to lead with honesty, integrity, and commitment. What kind of legacy do you hope to leave behind for future leaders?
Well, I want to be known as someone who valued academic achievement, but someone who also focuses on other passions. I want to inspire and motivate those around me by sharing my past experiences in hopes that they can learn from my past mistakes. I want to improve the quality of those around me, their quality of life, and I think that incentive and providing a good example can also serve as a source of motivation and inspiration for students. Although I'd like to make a lasting impact, there are still other aspects to take heed of as a student. How do you suggest we maintain that balance?
I see this as a valuable opportunity to develop skills in time management, leadership, and resilience, all qualities that will serve us well in the future. To manage my responsibilities effectively, I will have a detailed schedule that allows me to allocate dedicated time to both my academic work and duties. I will also set realistic goals and regularly review them, which allows me to adjust my approach if I find myself under pressure. I aim to approach challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. What are your main goals as head girl this year?
I think my main goal is to create change and lead with humility and honesty. I want to generate more activity within school clubs. I want people to talk to each other and get to know each other so that we can foster unity as a school. I want to set an example to younger girls in our school and provide guidance and help wherever I can. I think that it's really important that student leaders communicate well so that we can coordinate levels of leadership and bring about more unity. In order to communicate, though, we need teamwork. How do we go about working with other students and teachers alike?
I believe clear communication is the foundation of good teamwork. I plan to hold regular meetings with other student leaders and maintain open lines of communication with teachers and staff, so everyone is aligned and working towards common objectives. Collaboration will allow us to achieve more and implement changes that are meaningful to everyone.
I think it all does come down to collaboration and working as a unit, as a school, to achieve the greater goal, which is improving our school as a whole. And with that, I'd like to end off the interview, and that's all for today. I think that's how. I don't know.